Sister Wives epic Maddie and Robyn Brown battle. Sister Wives has shown Robyn Brown's pride with her daughters, Aurora and Brianna Brown, approaching her about finding a new church. But Robyn's relationships with some of Kody Brown's other kids he shares with Mary, Janelle, and Cristin Brown don't roll as easily. For instance, fans can't get enough of Maddie Brown Brush and Robyn's epic battle caught on video. Robyn Brown and Maddie Brown Brush butt heads. Recently, Sister Wives star Maddie Brown Brush has been opening up about her relationship with her family. While the show covers many significant moments in the Brown family, Maddie has been talking about her toxic childhood on her podcast, The Authentic Society. Many fans know that Maddie is struggling with learning to identify boundaries in her relationships. As she continues on her parenting journey with Caleb Brush, she is examining how she was treated in her home growing up. One prime example of her need to establish boundaries was how she and Robyn butted heads. Epic battle between Maddie and Robyn Brown. On Reddit, Sister Wives fans discuss an epic battle between Maddie Brown Brush and Robyn Brown. First, a user says, "This clip proves Robyn would probably never be okay with her daughters just deciding something even like a church on their own." Then they elaborate, "Look at how nasty and defensive she gets at someone else's teenage daughter for speaking out about not being comfortable in their church environment en masse." Robyn can't fathom the thought of a child under 18 speaking out, probably even over 18, and shows her true colors that she is more in control over her daughters than we think. "We always say her two daughters look miserable and like they are being held hostage. This proves they probably can't think for themselves like we think, and I wonder what she says to them to control them when cameras are off." Then the user attaches a video from Facebook user @SisterWivesFamilyFans, which shows Robyn shutting Maddie down for voicing her opinion. Robyn Brown wanted the control. Seemingly, Sister Wives star Robyn Brown is very clear about the kids being part of their religion until they turn 18. In recent episodes, Robyn was beyond joyful when her daughters, Aurora and Brianna Brown, wanted her to help them church shop. Even though they are adults, they still include Robyn in the search. But on Reddit, fans think that the fight between Maddie and Robyn reveals the tip of the iceberg of the control Robyn wanted. Another user says, "Robyn, who you are, you to say anything? You have only been in the family a tiny amount of time." No joke. I recently rewatched this episode and screamed at the TV. She'd been around for a few months and barely knew these teens. Steph you. Additionally, someone says, "Robyn's overrating is so annoying. Why yell? You could just have a normal civil conversation." Someone else adds, "Because she's outraged that Maddie dared to speak her opinion to her." I think this is where it all began to break down for Kody and his kids. As soon as Robyn saw who the ones were that wouldn't kowtow to her, she poisoned Kody against them. Fans are glad Maddie speaks her mind. Although Sister Wives star Maddie Brown Brush is still untangling how relationships should work after having mixed parenting from Kody, Janelle, Robyn, Mary, and Cristin, fans are proud of her. You do have to love and appreciate how a teenage Maddie is not at all intimidated by this very aggressive, personal attack. The way Robyn spoke to Maddie with that attitude in her voice was not okay. Janelle should have got up and smacked her. All these snippets of Robyn with either a nasty pissed-off face or an attitude in her face make me believe 100% Robyn is a real mean by asterisk off camera. She was never shy in the beginning. She was mean and outspoken. She pretends to be shy now to avoid being criticized. The tension in the Brown family had been simmering for years, but it finally reached a boiling point one crisp autumn afternoon in Flagstaff. Maddie Brown Brush, the fiercely independent daughter of Kody and Janelle, had flown in from North Carolina for what she thought would be a cordial family visit. Little did she know, Robyn Brown, the perceived favorite wife, was ready for a confrontation of epic proportions. Maddie had always been outspoken, a trait she inherited from her mother, Janelle. As she pulled into the driveway of Robyn's sprawling home, she noticed the carefully curated decor and perfectly manicured lawn. It was a stark contrast to the simpler, more lived-in feel of her own home back east. Maddie knew this wasn't going to be an easy conversation. She had been vocal on social media about her frustrations with how Robyn had dominated family dynamics over the years, and word had undoubtedly reached her stepmother. Inside, Robyn was waiting. Her jewelry sparkled under the warm glow of the chandelier, a deliberate choice to underscore her status as Kody's reigning queen. Her signature stack of bracelets jingled as she adjusted the position of a tray of hors d'oeuvres on the kitchen island. She prepared for this moment with the meticulousness of a general going into battle. "Maddie," Robyn said as the younger woman entered the room. Her voice was sweet, but her eyes carried a glint of steel. "I'm glad you could make it. We need to talk." Maddie didn't bother with pleasantries. She set her purse down and crossed her arms, her posture radiating defiance. "Yeah, I figured as much. Let's cut to the chase, Robyn. What's this about?" Robyn gestured for Maddie to sit, but she refused, opting to stand her ground. "I've heard some things," Robyn began, her tone measured. "You've been saying a lot about me and my kids. About how Cody spends more time here than with the rest of the family." Maddie's jaw tightened. "I'm just saying what everyone else is thinking but is too scared to say out loud. Cody's checked out of everyone else's lives except yours. And don't pretend you haven't encouraged it." Robyn's lips pressed into a thin line. "I've done nothing but try to bring this family together. It's not my fault if some of you don't want to put in the effort." Maddie let out a bitter laugh. "Bring the family together? That's rich. You've isolated Dad from everyone else. You've turned him into a stranger to his own kids. Gabriel, Garrison, Savannah, they barely know their father anymore because he's always here with you and your kids." Robyn's face flushed, but she maintained her composure. "Cody makes his own choices. If he's here more often, it's because this is where he feels needed." "Needed," Maddie shot back. "Or wanted. There's a difference, Robyn. And let's not forget who's been benefiting the most financially while the rest of us are struggling. Mom's been scraping by, and you're here living like a queen." The room crackled with tension. Robyn's carefully constructed facade was beginning to crumble. "I've done nothing wrong," she said, her voice rising. "If you're upset, take it up with Cody. He's the one who decides where the money goes, not me." "Oh, I've tried," Maddie retorted. "But he's too blinded by whatever spell you've got him under to listen to reason. You've manipulated him and everyone else into thinking you're some kind of victim." "Well, I'm not buying it." Robyn's eyes narrowed. "You have no idea what I've been through. You think it's easy being in my position. Constantly judged, constantly blamed for everything that goes wrong in this family. I've tried to be a good sister-wife, but some of you have made it impossible." Maddie stepped closer, her voice low but seething with anger. "A good sister-wife doesn't hoard resources. A good sister-wife doesn't alienate the family patriarch from his other wives and kids. And a good sister-wife doesn't play the victim while everyone else is suffering." The words hung in the air, heavy and unyielding. For a moment, neither woman spoke. Then Robyn broke the silence. "You think you're so righteous, Maddie. But you're just as flawed as the rest of us. You're not here day in and day out. You don't see what's really going on." Maddie's eyes flashed. "I see enough, and I'm not going to stand by and watch you tear this family apart any longer." Robyn's hands clenched into fists at her sides. "You're out of line," she hissed. "Maybe," Maddie shot back. "But someone needs to be, because the rest of this family is too afraid to tell you the truth."